Well, yesterday, but it's always like, good morning, everyone. This is one of my birthday presents.
Happy birthday.
And between Valentine's and the birthday, I got a few things, including a smoker.
Mm. Very nice. Very nice. It's a beautiful day in paradise. So, and I'm working on our new book and our new paper and a new concept. And I finally got AI to make the claim that glucose is not our energy, except in a petri dish, in a scientific experiment funded by Coca-Cola.
Wow. Makes sense.
And ultimately, the only energy is going to be that thing we call fat, which everyone hates. That's what I love. Everyone hates the term fat. Oh my God, you're fat.
Well, the only thing I had was a little bit of fat last night because I had already had breakfast.
I had leftover steak.
My glucose does a lot better when I have
just
a little bit more fat.
Just fat. Remember, protein, lean meat is fermentable and it's a glycating agent. We must eat raw, rare fat. That's the building block of the human body. And rendered fat is deadly for humans. Sorry. I was on with George, DC, and Rick yesterday from the restaurant Cut at the Four Seasons in Manhattan. And we had such a good time. We had a great time. Who's our guest today?
It's us.
You.
Well, then let's go ahead and copy, and let's throw in. Let's see if we get a few guests here. How about that?
Oh, okay, good. Here we go.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, it's good. You can throw it up too. It's all good. You know.
Join us.
Join us. Yeah, we had Rick, DC, and George yesterday from Florida, Australia, and Great Britain. Right.
You went international.
We were international yesterday.
Of course, you were in New York City.
Well, and I stopped by my mother's birthplace. My mother's birthplace is I think I gotta make sure I got the right one. My brother sent me the right picture. I had the other picture. It's a 4 or 5 story walk up on Bleecker Street.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it still exists. It's 272 Bleecker Street. That's where my mother was born. And 272 Bleecker Street.
Cool.
Yeah. And so I think this is another picture of it. So 1923. And it's what a great, it's all, that's the beauty of Manhattan. And then they moved to Brooklyn, and then that's where my mother met my father, who lived next door. And my mother said, I'm never dating that man, that boy, I think she said, because my mother, I'm sorry, her mother and his mother colluded to get them together. And then he went off to war and then came back, and like, voila, here we are, right? Night, Brandish, good morning, Agent, DJ, good morning to you, RK, good morning, the real Dr. Nilsson. Yes, happy birthday, Dr. Nilsson, again, and happy President's Day. We are celebrating another great day in God's paradise, and we are outwitting the devil every day.
Here's a question
every day.
I got a question for you from Amy. Have you heard the Emmerich's new video about protein starvation doesn't happen and that protein is so important?
I love those two.
Well, protein is important. Fat is important.
Sugar is important. Sugar is more
Yeah,
important.
I mean,
It's like
we're not saying it's not important.
well, but no animal eats macros. They eat cells of organisms.
Yeah, they eat animals or plants.
And I
I
love the
haven't seen
two,
the video, by the way.
but it's there is low fat diet is the deadliest diet for humans, and that's our problem. Low fat. This is it.
About 6 to 8 months ago, I had started working on something about lipotoxicity. So after our Zoom call last week, I went ahead and published something related to that.
Well,
I'll put the link
protein.
in the description.
Okay, so protein is a ketoglucogenic substance, or both. And basically a high protein diet is like a high sugar diet. And it's true. But being fat is not pathologic, it's physiologic. It is natural and normal for humans to get fat for the famine. The problem is there ain't one anymore. Well, there ain't one right now. And so fasting is like the best thing. And eat raw fat. It'll reduce the microbes in the gut. It'll reduce your wanting more food. It's the best. Keto Mike, New York, Keto Mike, brother. Yes, Ing, awesome. Oh, did I not get it all in there? I don't know. Did the link show up? Candy
It showed
Cam,
up. It
Isabel
showed up.
Goyer. Okay, good. DJ. All right, Lewis. I was near Lewis yesterday, 2 days, and we went and saw the Great Gatsby. Jay Gatsby. Great show on Broadway. Broadway is so much fun. I love going to Broadway. Rick. Yeah. So we got Sully. How you doing?
Here's Mitch. I was literally just thinking of Mitch, and he showed up. Hi, Mitch.
You're in the dark.
Am I in it yet? Yay, there I'm in the dark. Yes, sir. In the dark outside. Sitting. Wait, let me turn the volume down on the TV or else it's going to drive me nuts. Okay, there we go. I couldn't not say good morning to you, man, and thank you once again for the fabulous time that you showed me over there in Sarasota.
We had a great time, Mitch, didn't we? Mitch
Man,
got Kiltz smoking cigars.
Oh yeah. I finally got him to do it with me. Finally got him to smoke a cigar. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. It's these traditions of I mean, even in our ancient travels around different tribes and hanging around after the kill and the feast and the fire, we smoked the peace pipe, and in essence, a cigar is a peace pipe.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's how come I'm so peaceful.
You are, aren't you? Yes.
Well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with you. I got to set up for my own live stream, but I came out here just to sit down. Speaking of taking a few puffs on my cigar, and it'll go and gather my thoughts for the day. And
what's the direction of your live today, Mitch? Anything that you're going to be focusing on?
No. I know that sounds strange, but like I said in my little speech, I never, ever, ever have any idea what I'm going to say. If I try to script something or plan something, it never works. I always sound awkward, and if I just let it be spontaneous. Now, there's plenty to react to on a live stream, and if you got nothing to say, you join in the chat. You do it yourself on your Sunday deal. You just talk about the topics that they're talking about. Sometimes I have something that's on my mind, and I'll start it off with a little monologue. But no, it's just relaxing for me. I love it.
and this is a great forum to connect with our brothers and sisters, a community, and I like my alone time, but I like my connection time also. Just I get to dig deep into playing and inspiring on what thoughts and carnivore or herbivores or lifeivores or crazyvores.
Yeah. Yeah. They ought to call, maybe you ought to call vegans vegavores,
Vegavores, I think so.
Vegavores?
Vegavores.
Herbivores.
There are only three. There's only herbivores, omnivores, and carnivores. And my
Yeah.
bet is even an herbivore might accidentally eat a piece of meat, or a carnivore may accidentally eat a piece of plant. And who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Nobody really cares about any of this stuff. I mean, we're just on a journey. We're just sharing some crazy concepts and ideas that nobody cares about.
Were you supposed to have a guest today?
You.
No.
You.
No, come on now.
Something
No.
got cross-wired in the Calendly links, and so the guests for the Zoom call got scheduled for this morning, so I canceled them because they're coming tonight, and they were here last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh man, I can't imagine trying to round up a guest every day. Alia, it's a gargantuan feat.
Now, Alia does an amazing job, and
Thank you.
it is. Can you imagine the Johnny Carson show, or like the Jimmy Kimmel show, or does Jimmy Kimmel show still exist?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never watched them.
I don't know who's been kicked off or not. But it's all drama. It's all drama. It's all scripted. This is all scripted shit that happens out there, right? It's all part of the theater, right? I mean, you gotta have people like doing dastardly deeds and killing people, and then like at the end of the day, we just go off into the sunset.
Yeah, we need more dastardly deeds in our live streams. That's for sure. And Nelson, how are you, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing great. 66 as of yesterday.
66, yeah. Just a babe in the woods, man. Unbelievable. Well, here comes my replacement. Look at that. Yeah, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time here this morning.
Oh, I'm just trying to I have to wait for the mechanical timer to turn all the technology on. Backup.
Yeah. Hi, Rick. How you doing?
Good. Hi, Mitch. I see you're enjoying your morning as well.
I am, but I got to get to work here.
I know the feeling.
I got a live stream to do. 45 minutes. So, where did Kiltz go? I want to say. Okay.
I'm
okay.
We can hear you.
I'm here.
Okay, Rob, I am going to say goodbye to all you guys, and I'll see you again at 7. Come on over and see me.
At 7 a.m., I'll stop over there for a few minutes because I got calls to make. I got calls to make, but I'll stop over.
All right, I'll see you then. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Rick, good morning.
Bye, Mitch.
And there's Rick.
Rick.
Rolled out of bed.
You're also in the dark.
Dr. Nelson, we'll ask 2 questions first. Best protein for autoimmune disease.
Best protein. I've been working on rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis and autoimmune in general for the past few weeks, doing some of these modules. And the best I have come up with is a high-fat diet. So ruminant meat, in my opinion, is the best, and a high-fat to protein ratio.
Well, I just wonder, though. I still wonder.
How do you mean?
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Why do we come up with ruminant meat? Where's that science from?
Most people feel better, and
there's a psychological nature to that, though. It's like the placebo and the SIBO.
I don't know if it's only placebo. I disagree with that.
Well, I know you do. That's why I wanted to have this conversation. Uh, you know, it's sort of it's kind of like we still love sugar. We love honey. We love the sweet stuff. Um, in general, Rick, the majority of wild animals still consume those things. You're right, but it is interesting. So, it, we prefer it because it is the most satiating. It has the most fat. It's still kind of part of one of our
I don't
ancient
know if it's because of
high
that.
fats.
I mean, we could get a little bit into the science, but it seems to cause the least problems in humans.
Well,
without getting much into studies or anything like that.
It's the safest, isn't it? If it's sweet, it's not toxic.
That's correct. If it's sweet, it's not toxic. I mean, you ever eat one of those frogs that has the poison on it?
No.
Don't eat the colorful ones.
I don't eat frogs anyway. Frogs just don't sound good to me. But ultimately, though,
I'm sorry, Dr. Kiltz. Have you ever had frogs, Rick?
Yes.
Frog legs? Yeah.
Frog legs, absolutely. It's like iguana legs.
They're kind of like
they're delicious.
It's like a frog in a sense.
Yeah, they're reptiles. Reptile meat is all very similar in taste. Even alligator.
Tastes like chicken?
Yeah, but I avoid alligator because the problem is here in Florida, we have a methyl mercury problem because of what they've done to the environment. The atmosphere is full of mercury already. And then what happens is in the rainy season, it comes down in the Everglades, and it actually certain types of bacteria bring it out. And it's stimulated by that fertilizer that they use in the sugar industry. So to grow sugar, they're basically destroying the environment down here. So it makes the snakes, like you can't eat the pythons. You eat too many of them, there's mercury. I mean, look what happens in the ocean. You can't even eat mature fish because of the mercury.
I don't eat fish.
Oh.
You've
eaten salmon before.
Well, it's like before, but it's sort of like from rare time to time. It's like, I mean, if you're a python hunter and eater, all right, there's a high chance python might win sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, unless you use your human intellect and tools.
Right, but humans with intellect and tools eventually make mistakes.
Yeah, they can.
It's just the nature of all of us, right?
Well, let me ask you. You prefer ruminant meat? You eat, that's all you eat most days.
Well, okay, so but I'm still trying to think of this because it is the fattiest of the meat. It's the most common one that I have been drawn to. But is it healthier than, let's just take pork? Is it healthier than pork? Now, I guess if we look back to our ancient way of wild pork or wild beef, that maybe was true because the wild pork had more parasites than the cow, because the cow pretty much doesn't root all the stuff in the dirt where the cow is a grass eater, and then the ruminant gut helps diminish a lot of the poisons potentially. So I'm not saying yes or no, but yeah, I do prefer beef over pork, for sure. But I do prefer pork bacon. I love pork belly, slow cooked, for sure. But yeah, I think beef somehow is our preferred animal to eat. Is it healthier for us? I don't know if I know that answer. What does Rick think?
Well, I think whatever I can get my hands on and eat is better than eating nothing. And when it comes to pork, I have to admit I do enjoy pork, even that crap they get from the store, and it doesn't bother me. But I think birds are another great source of food. The only thing is that the smaller the animal, the more likely it is to be contaminated when you process it. Your larger animal would have been easier for people to kill and eat and have a lot less issues to deal with.
Well, that's why those larger birds don't exist in much of our world today. I mean, even
Right.
the larger mammoths and animals, because we killed them all. We were too
Right.
good. We're too good. And I don't know, how many people go, how many of us go down to the Everglades and hunt alligators and pythons? Okay, Rick, Rick.
Well, the other thing is, you mentioned the Everglades. Did you know that at one time in Florida, like during the Ice Age, a lot of what is the Gulf of Mexico and Atlantic, the shallow water, was an actual prairie, a grassland, and they found all kinds of fossils, such as the mastodons and mammoths and all these large animals. People were living here and hunting them, and Florida was like 4 times as big as it is now. So we know that existed.
And it was a great place to forage for food, but it was also a dangerous place.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
mean, we have to think about that. Going out and hunting and killing a cow, the herd was not going to say, yeah, come on in, was it?
Right. But we have the unique ability to be able to take down prey without getting near them, simply by using projectiles, spears, anything, bow and arrow. There's many ways. I mean, our mind lets us do things that would be very dangerous, because you think about a cat, a large cat has to get up and close with that animal like a lion or tiger. And there's always a risk of the animal kicking or doing something that can injure them. But if we do it from a distance, it reduces the risk significantly.
Our minds are dumb. Men's minds are dumb. Dating women, is that dangerous?
It can be. That's why I don't do it.
Peter, Papa Carnivore, how you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
It's a beautiful day.
Remember, humans used to use sticks at first and rocks. So they had to get pretty close. Early on.
Mm-hmm. Milton, I'm being hunted by a predator myself.
Well, he's looking around. I've got a mouse in the house.
Uh-oh.
And I need a cat, but I can't have a cat in the house. So
Why not?
Someone's allergic to it.
Milton.
Yes, we need a Milton. When I first moved to Skinny Atlas, we stayed at a hotel for a month, and we weren't allowed to have a cat, but we had a cat, and it's a good thing we had a cat because it basically ate all the mice.
Yep. They're good at that.
Yes. Yeah. Papa, how was your weekend? How was your weekend, my friend?
Which one? Me?
Papa.
Oh,
And you too,
really
Rick.
good.
You too, Rick.
I at the furniture store, busy, really busy, but lots of sales. Just keeping busy. It's funny. There's 40 people that work there. It's a huge store, City
Wow.
Furniture. Yeah, City Furniture is huge. And on one side is Ashley. It's like a hybrid store. We have the franchise for Ashley's in the state of Florida. So one side it's Ashley, and the other it's over 100,000 square feet. So I've got basically we wear sneakers like Cole Haan sneakers, nice sneakers. So man, I bet you I walk 5 to 8 miles every day, probably 15,000 to 25,000 steps a day, just just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I mean, I'm one of the 3 oldest people of the 40 people. I walk faster than any of them.
You live longer.
Tell us how. Well, we don't know about that. We don't know about that for any of us, truly. But we're joyful more. Tell us about how with your carnivore lifestyle and how are they accepting of that? Anyone else going like, hey, this old dude is like beating us up, and he only eats meat.
I've shown them all my fat pictures, my before and after, so they're pretty much amazed. And I tell them, how I eat and stuff, but they think it's crazy. They're like, oh, I'd give up my blah blah. There's no way. you know? And I'm like, well, you know, you'd be surprised. I thought that too. Or, you know, I'm trying to work on them, you know, subtly, but so far not one of them is willing to, you know, even go there.
Not yet, I always say. You know, that's why it's important. We share the story. Then one day they're going like, "Hey, dude, man, I did it." And man, you're right. But it's kind of like our kids, right? They won't listen to us right yet. But one day they'll go like, "Ah, shit, they were right." Damn.
There's one guy I used to work with him at my old job. He tried it for a while. He's definitely more meat than he was before, but he tried it for a bit, but he keeps falling off. He's just too addicted.
He'll do it. He'll do it. He'll do it. I used to sell furniture back in LA at department stores for a while, way back when. And people still need more furniture. What happened to all the old furniture, Papa? Where's it going? You know, I mean, people still need furniture because they're what? Still old stuff goes, or it's just
Well,
we
I mean,
need change.
if it's still in good shape, you know, it finds its way to other homes, you know, but you know, but if it's broken and stuff, you know, then no. But no, I mean, if it's in good shape, it goes to a consignment shop or it finds its way to Rick's house. It's somewhere.
Monster. Stop it.
I used to have tons of old furniture, and I used to refinish old furniture. That's all I had in my house. Yeah, it was the best. It was the best. So Dr. Nelson turned 66 yesterday, and he got a
I lost the sound. I'll be right back. I lost the sound.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, is Milton taking you down, Rick?
Oh yeah, it's his time to attack me. He's really, look at that. He's gonna attack. Oh, there he goes. No, you're bad, Milton. He won't stop for a while. Get over there.
We got a lot of people stopping in today. This is good. All right, we got 137.
He's just trying to play, Rick.
I know, but I play with him. I got the cat toy, but he wants to attack me instead. This cat is a killer. A rodent got in the house. It was dead in a minute.
Can you ship it up here, Rick?
I wish I could. He cleaned your place out.
It's getting really full here.
We could do it. We could get everyone up here.
We were mentioning I had a smoker. I got a smoker.
Right.
I haven't put it together yet because it's having
Milton broke my cup too.
Kelly, how you doing?
I am doing good this morning.
A beautiful day in paradise. Where are you at?
It is.
Where you're out in this world.
Where you at, Kelly?
I am in Missouri.
Okay.
Big.
Actually, very pleasant, warm Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It was 40.
What's that?
It was 40 degrees up here in Syracuse yesterday, so it's warming up. I mean, look at March is here in a short time, and spring's coming quickly, and we got a lot of traveling to do for the carnivore world. What are you doing this carnivore season coming up?
Well, today I'm going to try to get my truck into the shop. I have a crank no start issue, so it could be the fuel pump, it could be the fuel pump module, it could be a crankshaft or a camshaft position sensor, it could be a little relay, and I'm like, I'm not messing with this new tag. This is why I love the old school stuff.
Yeah, I love the old school stuff. I can't touch the new shit.
My SUV's engine light is coming on. And it seems to be a camshaft position issue. You just mentioned that. I'm not a mechanic. Don't play one on TV, but
I'm not a mechanic either.
I'm going to the dealership today to see if they're open.
Nice.
Other than that, since it's going to be a beautiful day and I'm off for President's Day and I don't have to worry about emergency call, I'm actually going to take a rake and I'm going to rake most of the gravel from, the snow plowing the driveway out back into the driveway. So that is done. get my son, get my exercise today.
Have you had much snow down there?
We probably altogether, maybe with since December, maybe 7 inches, 8 inches total. Now I have seen this where we go into this fall spring where it's beautiful and it goes into spring. Then I have seen it where we get a fall spring and it's so nice. And then the next day I say, what the heck happened here? Why we're back to winter?
I love it. I love it.
Groundhog saw its shadow.
Yeah, we got, but the power of the mindset, right? Right. You can, it doesn't matter what the weather is out there or your life is happening out there. It's what you think in here, right? I mean, ultimately, there's some power of positivity, and that's really where we're at in this world. It's how to live a bright life no matter the hardships we're living. All have them. It's kind of just our nature, right? So,
Should we take some of these questions?
yeah, let's hit some cues.
Is it possible that iodine could cause tachycardia? I stopped iodine drops, it was better, but then I ate some fish and kicked in again. Dr. Nelson.
I don't know that I could give you a straight answer on that. That will be strange. However, sometimes taking vitamins and minerals, especially produced by companies,
Yeah.
might give you strange effects. And I'll give you an example because about a year ago, my wife was she was starting to eat heavier meat amounts and started having some hair loss. So she wanted a hair supplement. I bought her one. 50 some days that she took it, we were in the emergency room a couple of times.
Oh, wow.
Tachycardia, chest pain, and this was just a multivitamin. The day she stopped it, the thing went away. Now it took us that long to think maybe it was the supplement. So strange things can happen when you take even what you think might be completely safe.
Well, that's funny because I took, Centrum 50, for people over 50, Centrum 50 men's. It's one of the most popular vitamins.
Yeah.
And I was taking that early on, and I had these weird symptoms and weird stuff going on where felt like my heart was racing, like weird stuff. I don't know what's in that. It's like factory food. It's all made in a factory. The minute I stopped taking that, Dr. Nelson, I felt perfect again.
So sometimes you have to think about supplements like you do about medications in general. You can have side effects. These are manufactured stuff. This is not really food stuff. So any of those things can happen.
I mean, there's a lot of things we breathe in that are microscopic, could adversely affect every nook and cranny of our body. But you're right. Where did stuff come from that comes in a bag, a bottle, a box, or a can? Who knows? And even the healthy stuff that we get. I mean, the microbes are in everything. But generally, they're hard to find in a ribeye steak. Papa, what's your favorite meal?
Oh, T-bone or a New York strip or a ribeye. It really, at this point, doesn't matter. Any of those three. And I put little Malden's sea salt on there, and I eat it with, I melt a little bit of butter on top just to give it a little flavor. And then I eat it with cold butter chunks on the side. Every bite, I gets a chunk of cold butter with every bite.
How about you, Kelly?
I love a ribeye, T-bone, any ruminant steak. I like to take chuck roast, put it in the air fryer for about 30 minutes where it's still that rare on the inside. And then my
really?
second best is the heart attack burger except for junior size.
And Rick, what's your favorite?
Oh, I got a lot of favorites. I mean, obviously, I think all of us enjoy a delicious steak. I prefer the T-bone, but I'll do the ribeye as well. But then again, not all of us can afford steak all the time. So sometimes we may have to go over to the canal and grab ourselves a Muscovy duck and maybe spend 2 to 4 weeks fattening it up. And I have to admit, they taste pretty good. So,
I love
and again,
duck.
whatever I can get, that's my favorite.
Yeah, I love duck too.
Is the meat of duck? There's no marbling in the meat of duck, correct?
Well, it depends. If you get a wild duck, it's going to be tough as shoe leather. But if you fatten it up yourself, there will be marbling. It looks exactly like a ribeye steak. And
Okay.
I know exactly how to fatten them up.
What's your secret?
Give
Lot
them
of
tropical
sugar.
fruit, seeds, all the stuff they feed people to fatten them up.
Okay, so just go to the local grocery store and look at the baskets of most people and say, "Can I borrow your basket?"
The problem is you got to be careful. If you give them too much of that, they will die of a heart attack. I've already killed 2 ducks with a heart attack, and I know they had a heart attack because when I cut them open, it was all full of fat around the heart and the artery was blocked. So they just die of a heart attack. They start kind of staggering around. They fall on their side. They twitch their legs. And go,
Well,
oh no, I killed it. So
well,
you have to be
because
careful with that stuff.
because naturally they wouldn't eat. They don't eat that. You're basically giving them a lot of food where they didn't have access to a lot of food like that in nature, and that's our problem. Essentially, we are just over consuming food because it's overabundant, and so your brain thinks, maybe winter is coming, and I've got to get fat.
Right.
But you don't think that the brain subconscious mind knows it.
It's the same process they use to make foie gras, which is fatty liver in geese and Muscovy ducks, except they use a funnel. They put the food in there and they crank it to force them to eat it. But in my case, they do it automatically because if you give them the crap that people eat, you start giving them Doritos and you give them all that stupid snack food crap, it makes them want to eat more and more and more, and they don't stop. They just keep eating all the time, and they get fatter and fatter, and one day they just, that's it.
So there's nothing wrong with us as a human body. It's our environment of the masters of the control that basically throw food at us to get us fat, to get us sick, so someone else, could throw another diet drug dissection doctor at us and claiming that you're just weak. But in fact, none of us are weak. We're powerful. The problem is you cannot not eat that food because your biology says get fat and eat this. So the first thing you need to be is strong in saying I'm a lion and living that, even in an environment. And that's why many carnivores or many, all of us, it's a hard thing to stick to. Not because your mind is impossible, but your biology is you can't overcome your biology.
It depends on the person, though.
Yeah, and the other thing too is the people. A lot of them don't know what's good for them, what's bad for them. They may know that sugar's not good for them or ultra processed food, but they're eating all this like bags of rice and all the vegetables and the fruits and the potatoes and all these different things, thinking, well, that's healthy, whole grains and all this stuff. And that's what's presented to them when they first walk into the grocery store, right? So they're just feasting on this stuff. So even if they think, well, I'm not eating the ding dongs and the donuts, but I'm just having all this bags of rice and bread, whole grain bread, all this stuff Rick talks about, the duck food, the plants, the fruits, the vegetables, and they're like, oh, I'm eating healthy, but they're getting fat like the Muscovy duck, and pretty soon they fall over and maybe die or get really sick, just like Rick's talking about with the duck. So the real heart attack, Rick always keeps joking with me that he's going to have a heart attack. He's going to die of a heart attack. Rick's probably the last guy that's going to die of a heart attack.
And he still
Rick's
might
gonna
die
be
of a heart attack. We don't know, but hopefully that is in about 75
Well,
Right.
let's make it simple. All of us die of our heart stopping.
Right.
It's see, as a doctor, we always listen for the heart to see if you're still alive.
Right.
And so when we can't hear it, you're dead. Although
Right.
we have been known to send people to the morgue alive, by the way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Yep. It's happened.
When I grow up, I want to be like him.
Crazy. Crazy.
I'm
Rick's
already
going to
crazy.
be the one that's going to be 80, 90 years old at the McDonald's restaurant chasing his fast food like he did in his last video.
Well, listen, I want to be like my grandmother. She lived to 103 and a half. She was a little short, fat Jewish lady. She was probably over 200 pounds, 4'11", and she lived to 103 and a half, but she ate fried eggs in butter every morning for breakfast. She didn't eat sweets. She had fatty brisket and chicken in the pot with the skin and the bones and all the full fat. Yeah, she had some potatoes and celery and carrots in that stew. So what?
Mhm.
But that's what she ate mostly. And you know what? She had her brain. She could tell you she was born in 1892. She died in 1996. That's almost 104 years.
Mhm.
And she could tell you about horse-drawn carriages till the day she died. She had her brain. She was right there. Her heart gave out, at the end.
Well, it's like a Ferrari, right? I
Yeah.
mean, nothing. Rick's trucks, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing lasts. Everything lasts as long as it's meant to be, because everything breaks down in order to become energy and molecules for building something else.
Right.
Entropy.
Entropy.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
But anytime anyone says anything to me about, because they do when they hear about what I eat, the first thing they say is, "Aren't you worried about your cholesterol?" they always say, "Aren't you worried? 6 eggs? You had 6 eggs for breakfast?" I said, "Yeah, and I also had 5 strips of thick cut bacon with that." "Oh my God, aren't you worried about your cholesterol? That's bad for, don't you know how bad that is for you?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" I said, "My grandmother," and I tell them the story, how she ate that same kind of thing and lived to be 104. And what are you going to say to that? That's how my grandmother ate. I'm just doing what she did, what she
My,
taught me.
my
Grandpa Vasquez ate a dozen eggs every day.
There you go.
He raised chickens, and they were free, essentially. And he lived to be 89.
Okay, there you go.
And my grandmother, Angelina Cementelli, lived 104. She loved fatty meat, eggs all the time, and she smoked Pall Malls and drank Manhattans.
So you know what? Probably the cigarettes and the Manhattans were not a big deal, in retrospect. It was more about what she was eating.
Again, the challenge is we have no ability to predict who and why people live the way, well, as long as they do. It's like, how much money would you put on, any of us to live so many years?
And my grandparents on my dad's side, I never met them because my grandmother died of diabetes complications due that she had pregnancy to my aunt, and my grandfather died of a heart attack on a train, his last train ride in 1969. My grandparents on my mom's side lived on a farm. My grandma had a sound mind. She ended up having kidney issues, and they didn't treat her correctly, so she ended up having kidney failure and died, but she died with a sound mind. My grandfather lived another 10 years. And I think if they didn't have the duck, started introducing more of the duck food, like the biscuits and stuff, my grandma made the biscuits and stuff. If it didn't introduce that, I think he would have lived to be over 100, but he lived to be 87. And I have an uncle that grew up on the farm, stayed on the farm, which he's now in the nursing home. Unfortunately, he's got the duck food going, but he was bigger than probably me and Dr. Nelson put together at our biggest. And he worked on that farm every day and had no problem. His knees just gave out. But then unfortunately, he started eating that duck food and he just started sitting a lot. But that tells you the difference by, eating on the farm. They had lard, they rendered their own lard, they raised their own meat, they had their own chickens, and they ate vegetables and stuff they ate vegetables and stuff like that. And my grandma made biscuits 3 times a day, and they lived a healthy, life, what they can.
None of us know when and how long. You might as well enjoy the day, period. It's not a long time, but let's make it a good time. That's why we come to KMT.
That's right.
We're all here just enjoying the conversation, connecting with people, go to a meetup. And that's the critical part of this. Any diseases hit us anytime, and but we're creating a good time.
Yeah, I got the flu.
Yeah, it's no matter what, it's out there. I mean, think about the what was it, the flu, which one was it, about 1918 or something like that,
the Spanish
flu. Thank you. Yeah. It's and the microbes are still responsible because of massive the microbes are still just trying to make you fertilizer.
And also in 1918, the problem with that flu is that it most affected young, healthy men. And that was right around in the World War I era. And they were all grouped together in barracks and on the battlefield and everything. And they were just dropping like flies.
It is what these disease, you're not gonna cure disease. It ain't happening. Cure cancer never happened. This isn't meant for us to all live to 200. So that's why it's important to go out hunting iguanas and going out there and helping people get furniture, right, and build homes and communities, no matter the troubles. Our lifestyle is just a new idea that's kind of old, like way old, right?
Well, and it's sad because I see customers coming in the store all the time. It is so sad, the state of the population, Dr. Kiltz. The amount of people my age, younger than me, a little older than me, whatever, that are coming in. I saw this one guy come in. He's in a walker. He could barely walk. I would say he was in his 70s with his legs fully wrapped all the way up to, he's wearing shorts, but his legs are wrapped in like an ace bandage or something, all the way from his ankle to his thigh. It's diabetes. You know what I mean?
He's poison.
You see people with their legs are swollen and red with sores, and you know what this is. This is diabetes, complications.
And my sister died of diabetes, and the diet was a plant-based, low-fat diet. And so the doctor, he's going, it's like, oh, it's your DNA genetics. Sorry, here's your insulin. But when was the last time the doctor? And that's why this carnivore lifestyle, even if it's lean meat for now, I don't care. Is just eat meat and be done with it. But that's why that's why it's important that we're everywhere and we get a chance to communicate. And hey, I see you got all of this stuff. Have you tried carnivore diet? Has your doctor mentioned carnivore diet? Right?
They'll never do it. They listen to me.
I think my DO, she's a DO, he knows that I'm on the carnivore diet, and he knows that the last blood test, my cholesterol numbers is higher than what the standard is, but he never mentions the statins. I also told him, I said, I don't want to be on statins because I don't like the side effects on it. I believe that we need the cholesterol. I'm going on how I feel. I'm going to have a quality of life. I don't care. Tomorrow's not promised. We can all die in a car accident, plane crash. It's all dangerous. We get on the interstate, we're going to take a risk. So why are we fretting about something that is maybe 1 times greater than diabetes or metabolic health? And I'm not worried about it. I'm going on how I feel. I'm going to live a quality life. And even if today is my last day on earth, I'm going to enjoy it versus being 20 years miserably on medicine and in pain.
Mm-hmm. Well, also one other thing. Why would your body make a substance that's bad for you, cholesterol? Why, why would the body make, what is it, Dr. Kiltz or Dr. Nelson, 80% of the cholesterol that it needs inside our bodies if it's bad?
There's nothing your body makes, including adipose tissue and visceral fat. None of it is pathologic.
Right.
It's all natural physiologic. Obesity is not a disease. It's a survival mechanism.
Right.
It's a life mechanism. And ultimately the science, all science is a controlling message. Basically, the religious dictators of the world created science in order to control the human beings. One side is like, well, you got to believe this, but no, science has the answers. It's scientism. And pancreatitis is best treated with fasting and fat, because this is it, but fasting and fat. And you go to the hospital, they put an IV in you. What's the IV filled with?
Sugar.
Right.
Sugar.
But here's the other thing too. Where everybody who, when I say everybody, the lion's share of people who do a ketogenic diet, low, high fat, low carb, whether it's carnivore, whatever, what happens to their LDL? Most of it goes way up. Well, maybe that's exactly what everything else fixes itself. But what I don't believe is, well, it fixes everything else. I mean, it took me down 110 pounds, cured my diabetes and all my arthritis and everything else, my fatty liver, my high blood pressure. I'm off all medicines. But, you're telling me it raised my LDL or my cholesterol, that's a bad thing? Who's to say maybe that's the natural state of the body? Everything fixed itself. So maybe that's the state that our body should be in, is a higher LDL state.
All measurements are part of the diagnostic methodology to get you thinking, well, maybe I do need this drug, doctor dissection. Even I fell into it. Done with that shit. All right. Mm-hmm. So there's zero evidence that LDL, let's measure all your particles. And then now what do you do? What do you do with that now? Right? Oh, well, maybe you need this or this or this. Maybe if you just go hunting for pythons with Rick, you'll be fine.
Dr. Kiltz, what about this? Antibiotic is a scam.
Well, not necessarily. Antibiotics and antimicrobials in our world is in many cases a savior. Look at, I'm not going to turn away from doing something that modern world. I will take a ride in my airplane, a car, a bike, and I will take an antimicrobial because they are still the biggest killers, and they're everywhere.
They have saved my life.
Me too.
Twice.
I use them.
At least twice that I would have died without them. At least.
Or been at very big risk of it. But I treat people with antimicrobials to help them get pregnant, because the GI tract is a microbial heaven. Mm-hmm. Microbes love your diet, and if you look at Salisbury's work, basically the microbes flourished, went up the esophagus and out the rectum anus and killed us because they know how to migrate, and that's basically it.
I've saved the lives of a lot of ducks with antibiotics, the ones that they use for fish tanks. You wouldn't believe how many ducks I've saved with antibiotics.
Interesting.
I call them antimicrobials because they're and think about it. I mean, rapamycin, they're all microbial organisms that know how to control the microbes for their growth. And so penicillin, the same thing. The microbes in the dirt are basically the antibiotics, antifungal, and antiviral substances, anti-parasitic substances. That's why, oh my God, the big C disease, right? Not the cancer one, the other one, the 2020 disease. I mean, whatever drugs someone might have taken, but it was against the rules. Maybe I'm trying to keep it clean, not get dinged. Who knows?
Big Brother is watching.
Oh, always. I don't care. I don't know that I care truly, right? Maybe they'll see. Yeah, turned 77 tomorrow. Been keto carnivore for 3.5 years. Perfect health now. Stents and 8 meds at 60. A train wreck. Now I'm, right on.
Mhm.
Right? Love it. Yeah.
I'm gonna do the giveaway. There's something wrong with it. It says only 9 people have gone into the giveaway, but I don't.
Well, do it. It is what it is today. Right?
It is what it is.
You can
Sometimes it
always.
starts counting again.
What?
Uh,
Let's see if more than 9 people show up.
Well, let's have everyone.
I have 19. I'm seeing 20 entries
You're
right now.
20. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Angela Mullins, congratulations. Email me. You'll get the t-shirt. Alia@drkiltz.com. Yay. Okay. There we go.
Let's see. Tonight, who's tonight on
Um,
KMT?
We have Florencia Demel. She's going
All right.
to chat with us.
All right. And
All
this is,
right.
the morning conversation, the morning chat, I like the platform of sending out our link and bringing our brothers and sisters on to share their wisdoms and words and community. That's what this is all about. It's community. And all around the globe, we keep on sharing like carnivore lifestyle. Listen, you don't have to be 100%, but like Papa's grandma, she still used a little bit of plants, but she ate a lot of meat and eggs. And I think, and then she was probably community and connections and getting out there, right? That's the important part, right?
She had 7 children, Dr. Kiltz, 6 daughters, and my dad. He was the only boy, and he was a twin with one of the sisters. My Aunt Rose was also little, like 5 feet tall, like my grandmother. My dad was big guy like me, 6 feet tall. And my grandfather was almost 6 feet tall. And back in 1892, that's a giant.
Yeah, here's a,
In 1992, your grandpa was a Rick.
Yes, he was.
Mike, Keto Mike says, sugars affect angiogenesis. Is glucose a direct mitochondrial fuel source?
No.
It is not. Glucose is not the energy for the cell. It does not make ATP except in a petri dish science, and that is it. What's the energy for the cell and the energy for humanity? It's fat. It's so stupidly simple. Enough of all the shit. And if you're skinny in a famine, you're fertilizer fast. Obesity causes no disease.
It's true.
I'm in big trouble.
A plant protein, low fat diet. We'll take care of you, Rick. Don't worry. We're gonna die.
There's plenty of parking lot chickens and ducks, fast food ducks,
and pythons. What do we got, Lulu? Carnivore 30 years. My protein C-reax is off. I still have coffee, and the nutritionist told to eliminate dairy. Need to add carbs after workout, like potatoes, sweet potatoes to help thyroid. Not sure that's no. Look, you don't have to eat fatty meat. Go do more fasting, have faith in God, and enjoy the day. Shut the F up.
And who's to say?
And come to the Kiltz Mighty Tribe Zoom meetings.
Yeah, tonight, tell your story,
5:30.
Lulu. Come. For sure. What were you going to say, Dr. Nelson? I inappropriately butted in.
No, that's right. That's fine. Come to the Zoom calls, Kiltz Mighty Tribe, free to be a member, and you can ask that kind of question. It's easier to answer in the Zoom calls.
That's right. All right. Well, we got to go. See y'all later. Thanks for being here. Bye.